I'm Regina McCann-Hess, president of Forge Wealth Management, and welcome to our Women in Wealth series. Today, we're going to talk about managing job layoffs. And this is not a topic we've had to think about for a very long time, but we are starting to see some layoffs, especially from some of the tech giants. So it could be a topic that we may need to discuss for a little bit longer. Facing a layoff is nerve-wracking. It also leaves many people reeling with a lot of questions like, how long will I be out of work? Do I have enough of the savings cushions that can last until I find a new job or the right job? Will I be able to make payments on my house or my car? Working with your financial advisor, you can begin to take stock of your situation, methodically address your priorities, and try to weather the setback without radically restructuring your finances. A good way for this is to kind of look at it as in steps. Step one, file for unemployment. Filing has become a lot easier in many states now that you can apply for benefits online. Deadlines for filing after a layoff are often strict, so contact your local unemployment office as soon as possible. Standard unemployment benefits, which are often based on your previous income, last for about 26 weeks. You also want to check with your local employment office for details on eligibility amounts, which could vary from state to state. Now, keep in mind that these benefits are treated as income by the IRS and subject to taxation. So you will get some form of tax notice the following year when all your other tax forms come in, and you are going to have to put it on your tax return. All right, step number two, create a budget. Your budget is going to have to change, right? Once you've established what your monthly unemployment benefits will be, reduce your expenses to the bone. For now, consider budgeting only for essentials and review your spending pattern to pinpoint areas where you can cut back. Hint, hint, eating out, Amazon purchases, coffees, things like that, premium cable, theater tickets, they're all discretionary expenses you may want to eliminate to ensure you have enough money to cover the basics. And then once you're back up on your feet, you can, go back to them. Work with your financial advisor to get started on this. They can help you with some of the budgeting and also talk you through your cash flow needs versus your cash flow wants and how much of a nest egg that you do have to, fall back on. Also, step three, really important, shop for health insurance. Factor health insurance into your budget if at all possible. It should not be considered a discretionary cost. A health crisis can be financially devastating when you don't have insurance. And even when you do have insurance, health crisis can be very devastating to your finances. So definitely look into that. If your spouse or partner already has health insurance through an employer, enroll in that plan. If not, consider taking advantage of COBRA. Now, COBRA allows workers to continue their health benefits after they've ended their employment. Now, normally, you're going to be responsible for 100% of your coverage during this period. So consider choosing an option with a high deductible to keep down those monthly costs. So instead of basically your normal insurance premiums where the employer took some of the burden off of you, you're actually going to get the full bill on that. And it does get pretty expensive. So do your homework on that. Step number 4, contact your creditors. Now, as soon as you learn that you're getting laid off, contact your creditors, like your mortgage lender, your auto lender, your bank, just to let them know of your situation. It just may be a good idea to tell them you'll attempt to make your payments, but that your finances may become constrained at some point. Consider doing this while you're still a borrower in good standing and before you're in danger of missing payments. If you wait until you're in arrears, you may lose your negotiating power. In many cases, you may be able to work out a deal to decrease or stop payments temporarily. All right, step 5, manage your retirement assets. Unless your financial situation is dire, you may not want to touch any assets in retirement plan. Remember, early withdrawals are considered taxable income, plus you'll incur 10% IRS penalty tax for early withdrawal before age 59 and a half. So if you're in a 22% bracket, and you're under 59 and a half, now that is a 32% tax on that money. So it is really a last resort, in my opinion. Do consider working with your financial advisor to decide whether or not A rollover of any 401k assets from your former employee directly into an IRA would be beneficial for you. A direct rollover into an IRA will not trigger penalties or taxes and allows you more discretion on where and how to allocate retirement assets. Now, you can certainly leave your 401k with your employer. Just know that your investment options will still be limited to the choices available through that plan. Now, if you decide to roll over your distribution, you will need to determine how to invest that money. Popular choice for IRAs are mutual funds, which are, they offer professional full-time management, diversification to help reduce risk, and the flexibility to move from one fund to another as your needs change. Now, keep in mind that all investments, including mutual funds, carry a certain amount of a risk, including the possible loss of principal amount invested. The principal value and return of mutual funds will fluctuate with changes in market conditions and shares. When redeemed, they also may be worth more or less than the original costs. But just keep in mind, you've just experienced that last year where, your market values have dropped. So that could happen. It's not theoretical because you've just witnessed that happen. So it is a reality in the world of investing. One other thing about investing is that we do believe in diversification. However, diversification does not guarantee a profit or protect against a loss. There are advantages and disadvantages to an IRA rollover depending on the investment options, services, fees, and expenses, withdrawal options, required minimum distributions, tax treatment, and your own financial needs and retirement goals. Now, you want to also be aware that rolling over your retirement assets into an IRA account could potentially increase fees, as the underlying funds may be subject to sales loads, higher management fees, 12b-1 fees, which are kind of like internal expenses, and also IRA account fees such as custodial fees. So, you do have to think about that. For assistance in determining if a rollover to an IRA is appropriate for you, consult your financial advisor. Step number 6, prepare to job hunt. Now, there may be some costs associated with job hunting. So from transportation to printing resumes and business cards to networking events such as business lunches. You want to keep your receipts for these expenses because they could be tax deductible. Many jobs search resources are free, so be sure to take advantage of them. Resume building, interviewing tips, and even employment leads can be obtained at state unemployment offices, public libraries, and even through your former employer's human resources department. Now, networking is free on LinkedIn and many online job search sites. You can also post your resume on these sites as well. And I will say that I see a lot of people using LinkedIn for this. So definitely, if you see that layoff coming or it just happens to suddenly, first thing you want to do is update your LinkedIn profile and reach out to your network within LinkedIn to see if anybody can help you, introduce you to somebody who may be working or looking for somebody with your skills. The other thing you may want to consider is working part-time while you're looking for something longer term. Extra income may lower the amount of unemployment you can collect, but such positions can also lead to full-time employment. So let's talk about some key facts. Work closely with your financial advisor to establish spending priorities and determine the best options for managing your retirement assets. Also, apply for unemployment benefits immediately. There are strict deadlines that cannot be missed. If possible, do not let health insurance lapse. Otherwise, a health crisis could seriously jeopardize your financial stability. Also, consider deferring debt payments until your situation stabilizes. Many creditors are willing to revise or suspend payment plans temporarily while you look for work. We're going to have 2 calls to action today. One is build up that nest egg, that rainy day fund. You should have about 6 months worth of your cash flow spending needs in that rainy day fund. And that means your bills, your debts, your mortgage or rent payments, your car payment, student loan debt, what does it cost to eat and bathe and dress yourself? Those are the types of things that you're going to need in that rainy day fund. So that can help bide your time to find the right type of job that you're looking for your next engagement. And the second call to action is keep your LinkedIn profile active. Go on there periodically and engage within the LinkedIn community. Reach out to some people. You never know when you're going to need these contacts. So, stay active there. And definitely, if you do experience a layoff, that is a great place to reach out to people and your connections to see if there's something that they can do to help you get a job or, introduce you to somebody who may also help you. So that's what we're talking about today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, it's Regina McCann-Hess, president of Forge Wealth Management. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Forge Wealth, and our website is forgewealth.com. And I'm also on LinkedIn at Regina McCann-Hess. Oh, big news. We also have Instagram now, and Instagram is at Forge Wealth Management. So please go see us there. We'll have some fun over there as well. Thanks and have a great day.